New home is waiting. Let's go, sweetheart. I held the steering wheel tightly, my heart thudding as I looked at the house in front of us. It wasn't grand or luxurious, but it was just right. It felt like everything we needed. A space where our laughter could echo. A space where love could bloom again. A space where we'd create new memories, born from everything we'd survived. I turned to her, my eyes glowing with hope, and gently said, "New home is waiting. Let's go, sweetheart." This was meant to be our restart. Our clean slate. We had survived so much, endless nights filled with doubt, moments where love seemed like a struggle, and days when we wondered if we'd make it. But we made it. And this home, it was more than four walls. It was a symbol. A promise that we were moving forward. A sign that we wouldn't let our past define what's ahead. That we would hold on to each other no matter what. But she didn't look as excited as I'd hoped. I imagined she'd light up with joy. That she'd jump out to explore each room, dream about where the couch would go, what colors to paint the walls, how we'd grow here. But instead, she sat silently beside me. Her fingers nervously twisting. Her eyes focused on her lap. Her lips quivered like words were trapped inside. "Are you okay?" I asked, my voice calm and soft. She gave me a smile, but I saw it wasn't real. I could feel something wasn't right. And in that second, I knew, it wasn't about the house. It was about us. Was she still stuck in the past? I had done everything I could to prove we were moving on. I had forgiven myself. I had shown her I'd changed. I had opened every door to let love back in. But she still looked scared. Still unsure. Still burdened by what we'd been through. And it broke something inside me. Because love can't survive on one heart alone. She had to want this with me. I reached out for her hand, and in a soft breath, I said, "Please talk to me." She hesitated. Then finally looked up. "What if we can't do this?" she whispered. "What if we ruin this too?" A sharp ache hit my chest. Because I knew that fear. I had felt it too. That voice that asks if love is enough after everything. That fear that maybe a fresh start is just postponing pain. But I also knew this truth. We won't know unless we try. I squeezed her hand, bringing her closer. "This is our home. Our chance. Our tomorrow. But I need you to step inside with me." A single tear rolled down her cheek. For a moment, I feared she'd say no. That fear would grip her tight and pull her away. That I'd be left standing there, holding nothing but a dream. But then she nodded. A real, tearful smile appeared. She laced her fingers in mine, inhaled deeply, and said, "Okay, let's go home. Your new home is waiting. Let's go, sweetheart." And together, we walked inside, toward the life we promised each other. I parked in front of the house and glanced her way. Her eyes stayed on the building. The one that held every hope we'd built. The one meant to be our clean slate. The one where broken things could be repaired, and love could finally feel like peace again. I reached over, gently held her hand. "New home is waiting. Let's go, sweetheart." Because a house isn't just bricks. It's a new life. This wasn't just about property. It was about healing. It was about leaving behind pain, rebuilding something we almost lost. I had chosen this place with care. Imagine the walls filled with laughter, the rooms soaked in love. I prayed she'd feel what I felt. That she'd want this too. But as I looked at her now, her silence told a different story. She looked unsure. Even after all our talks, after signing the papers, after the promises, we made this fresh start together. But still, I saw doubt in her eyes. "Are you okay?" I asked gently. She drew in a breath. Her gaze avoided mine. "I don't know if I'm ready," she whispered. And there it was, the very thing I feared. The same worry I had tried to ignore. I couldn't bear the idea of losing her again. We had come too far. We had broken and rebuilt so many times. She had thought about leaving before. I knew that. But we survived. And I had to tell her. "We don't have to be perfect, sweetheart." I touched her face softly, guiding her to look at me. "We just have to try." Another tear fell. "What if we fall apart again?" she asked quietly. Then we'll fall apart together, I replied. Because I'd rather fight for you every day than live without you once. The door to the house was open. Waiting. The next page of our story was right there. But she had to choose to take that step with me. And for a second, I thought she wouldn't. That she would let fear win. But she wiped her eyes, reached for the handle, and whispered, "Okay, let's go home. Your new home is waiting. Let's go, sweetheart." And hand in hand, we stepped through the threshold, choosing love again. She sat silently, eyes fixed on the house I had poured my dreams into. This was the place I saw us growing old. Waking up to shared coffee. Ending our nights in quiet comfort. It was everything I'd ever imagined. I smiled at her gently. New home is waiting. Let's go, sweetheart. This was supposed to be the dream fulfilled. We talked for hours about what it would be like. The kitchen where she'd hum on Sundays. The living room we'd fill with memories. It was finally real. But she stayed quiet, still. And suddenly, all my excitement turned cold. "Do you like it?" I asked, voice shaking slightly. She turned slowly. Her eyes held uncertainty. "It's beautiful," she said quietly. But there was hesitation. I could feel it. Like something unspoken still hung between us. "Then what's wrong?" I asked again. She bit her lip, her fingers restless. "What if this doesn't fix us? I thought we had healed. I thought we had finally come back to each other. But now, sitting right in front of what should have been our new beginning, her eyes told me she wasn't sure anymore." "This isn't about fixing us," I said. "It's about choosing us." She exhaled deeply and looked at the door. "I'm scared," she admitted. I wrapped my fingers around hers. "So am I said. "But if we don't take this leap, we'll never know what could have been." I gave her hand one more squeeze. "We don't have to be perfect, sweetheart. We just have to try." For a while, she didn't move. She just sat there, frozen in thought. But slowly, she nodded, purposefully, and whispered again, "Okay, let's go home. Your new home is waiting. Let's go, sweetheart." I led her inside, feeling the weight lift. Because this was more than a house, it was a second chance. And we were still willing to fight for love. I listened to her breathing quietly beside me. The house stood tall, lights warm and inviting. The door slightly open, like it was waiting for us, like it believed in us. I turned to her, held out my hand. "New home is waiting. Let's go, sweetheart." But she gripped the seatbelt tightly. Her fingers pale. Her eyes were on the house, but her mind was far away, caught in fears and memories. "I know this is scary," I said. She finally looked at me. Her lips parted like she wanted to speak, but didn't. We had nearly lost everything before. This home wasn't just a fresh coat of paint. It was a chance to rebuild everything we once broke. But I saw it in her eyes. "What if it happens again?" she said softly. I knew what she meant. The silence. The pain. The distance. I took a deep breath. "I can't promise we won't have hard days," I said. "I can't pretend the past didn't happen." She lowered her head, struggling to hold back. "But I promise I won't walk away. And I won't let you walk away either." Her fingers trembled in mine, but they stayed. She was listening. She hadn't let go. "I know you're scared," I whispered. "Me too. But we'll face that fear, together." And then, she nodded. Truly nodded. She met my eyes and whispered again, "Okay, let's go home." And at that moment, I knew we had already begun healing. Your new home is waiting. Let's go, sweetheart. Together, we took the step, into more than a house. Into forever.